Part 4. A humiliating condition. My mother's condition was, Hin's parents had to come to my house and ask for the marriage. Not the groom's family asking for the bride, but the bride's family had to beg. And I knew, the moment I said this, everything could fall apart instantly. It took me almost a whole day just to gather the courage to tell Hin, not because I was afraid she'd get angry, but because, deep down, I knew it was unacceptable. Still, I kept convincing myself, it's just a formality. As long as we can get married, if we live well later, it'll be fine. When people are pushed to the edge, they become very good at justifying what they know is wrong. That night, I met Hin. She was the same as always, simple, gentle, but I wasn't the same anymore. At that moment, there was only one thought in my head. I'm about to hurt her. I sat down, stayed silent for a while. She looked at me. Did you talk to your mom? I nodded. Yes. So, what did she say? Her voice, full of hope and fear. I took a deep breath. She agreed. Just hearing that, Hin let out a sigh of relief. A soft smile appeared, but I knew that smile wouldn't last long. But, I continued, and just that one word was enough to change her expression. But what? I looked down, couldn't face her. My mom has one condition. Hin stayed silent. She didn't ask right away. She just waited. That silence made it even harder for me to speak. I clenched my hands. Your parents have to come to my house. I paused for a second, then continued, to ask for the marriage. The air froze. Hin said nothing, no immediate reaction. She just sat there, motionless. I looked up. Her eyes were no longer anxious. They were hurt, deeply hurt. Say that again. Her voice was soft, but cold. I swallowed. My mom wants your parents to come to my house to talk about the wedding. Hin laughed, but it wasn't a happy laugh. Not talk, but ask, right? I didn't answer, because I knew she was right. She looked at me for a long time, as if trying to confirm something. Then she asked, do you think this is normal? I quickly said, no. I also think it's unreasonable. But you still agreed? She cut me off. I went silent. That was my answer. Hin nodded, just slightly, but it made my heart sink. I understand now. Those words sounded calm, but made me feel uneasy. Hin, listen to me. It's just a formality. What matters is that we get married by making my parents beg. Her voice began to shake, not from weakness, but from holding everything in. I spoke quickly. That's not what I meant. I just thought, what did you think? She looked straight at me. For the first time, her eyes were that sharp. Do you know how my parents would feel? Do you think they would stand in front of your parents and say, please let our daughter marry your son? I had no answer. Hin smiled, a bitter smile. I'm so stupid. I knew it from the beginning. I don't belong in your world. I reached for her hand. That's not true. She pulled away, firmly. It is. It's always been like that. The atmosphere turned heavy. I felt everything slipping out of control. Hin, listen, I don't want this either. But what matters now is the wedding, the baby. We can't let everything fall apart. I spoke quickly, too much, as if talking more could fix everything, but it couldn't. Hin just looked at me, then asked a question I will never forget. Are you protecting me, or protecting your family's pride? I froze, not because it was a hard question, but because I didn't dare to answer. She nodded. I understand. You don't need to say anything else. She stood up. I grabbed her. Hin. She turned back. Her eyes were red, but she didn't cry. Let me tell you something. Every word clear. I'd rather be a single mother than let my parents be humiliated. I stood there, stunned. Hin, don't say that. It's not humiliation. It's just what? She cut in. Just bowing down? Just swallowing pride? Do you know what people in my hometown live for? I stayed silent. Honor. One rumor can make my parents unable to hold their heads up. Her voice choked, but she kept going. I made the mistake. I'll take responsibility. But I can't let my parents pay for my mistake. I had never seen Hin like this. Strong, decisive, and in pain. Choose, she said. One word, but enough to break everything between me and that condition. I stood there, speechless. For the first time, I realized Love is not just about trying, it also requires the courage to stand against what's wrong. And me, I was standing in the middle, not brave enough to leave my family, not strong enough to protect the woman I love. And that hesitation was costing me both. Hin looked at me one last time. No blame, no anger, just a very sad look. You're not wrong. It's just, we're not on the same path. Then she walked away, without looking back. If you were me, would you choose Hin, or your family? And if you were Hin, would you sacrifice your dignity for a marriage? Part 5. Just when I thought I lost her, something happened that made everything even worse.